Hello, it's Bosco's Toy Box, and I'm back with more toy collectibles. And this time it's just to show you a little something that I got at Dollar Tree. Because I do like collecting plastic animals and like those plastic army type of figures, or just in general anything that's like a little plastic figure. Generally like to collect the stuff that's vintage. But sometimes the ones that are currently out have a slight resemblance, or sometimes they even use the same kind of molds from the old vintage, like Marx figures, or even Imperial, which you see here in front of you, because Imperial is still in business making plastic toys. And again, I got this at Dollar Tree for $1, and this is a 10-piece jungle animal set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the 10 pieces that were in here, and I'm going to do some comparisons from my collection that I have that could that I know for sure that are either old vintage from like Hong Kong figures, or that might be slightly older, or just in general the plastic animal figures that I have that look pretty much like the ones that I got here from Dollar Tree. So again, there's 10 pieces, and these are jungle animals, which I will show you that package again so you can see it does say jungle animals, because the first one is a camel, and evidently camels live in the jungle, which according to Google they don't, or according to any human person knows that a camel lives in the desert. So I thought that was just kind of strange that they had a camel mixed in with the jungle animals. Now this is actually my first camel. I don't have any other camels to do some comparisons to. So that was in there. The next one, we have a pelican, and if I can, I'm going to move that down camera just slightly so you can see that a little bit better, and we'll zoom in there. So not much detail on the pelican, but there you go. Okay, next up we have a giraffe, and the giraffe needs to have, ooh, we're going the wrong way there. So as you can see, the giraffe kind of, these are very simple little figures here, which I actually do like for my photography. And then next up we have a zebra, and the ones I'm showing you right away here I don't have really any good comparisons for, so that's why I'm showing them off right away. Okay, now the next one here is I don't know if that's like is that a lion cub? Yeah, I guess so. But there's that. Okay, let's see. The next ones I actually have somewhat good comparisons for, but I'm going to show you this last one, or this, I'm sorry, not the last one. This next one I'm going to show you is a King Kong ape type of figure, which this is actually, I don't have any comparisons for, which I wish I did, because this is a slight resemblance to a older mold that they used to make these figures. And these are really awesome. I wish I had more of these. I'm actually going to try to acquire some more of the older vintage ones, and then maybe on a future video I can show you all these little King Kong type of figures. But that is really cool. This is actually the reason why I got this set in the first place. So that is very cool. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you, I'm going to set these out of the way here. So right here we have this animal here, which is it's actually better. I'm trying to show you the best kind of profile to show you there. But this one here, and I'm going to show you some older versions that I have. Now this some of these are China, and then I think one of these is Hong Kong, but you can kind of see a slight resemblance to some older molds. So again, this one is the newest one that I got, and then these are older. Now I'm not sure by how old they are, but you can generally see, and then some of these are just like really cheaply made, which just are really awesome. That's actually the reason why I collect these. You know, they're just, you can just see a resemblance in how the legs are positioned and molded. See how they have the exact same crisscross kind of zigzag, because that's what I call it, like a zigzag design of the legs. The same type that the Dinosaurs have, or sometimes even just the dinosaurs in general that some companies make, that the legs have a zigzag type of design. This one has more of a slanted rear legs, as you can see. And then this last one that I have to show you is actually, it's bigger, and it's actually more of a, I'm not even sure what the term would be, because it's, you know, Dinosaurs or dinosaur are those cheaply made dinosaurs, but this is an animal, you know, like a lion. So but as you can see, just that open mouth, the like dots for eyes, but you can kind of see how there is some slight resemblance between all these on how the molds are and just how they're designed. Okay, so then the next one I have here is a Rhinoceros. Okay, and then I only have one other Rhinoceros to go off of. It is made in China, but it is a more of a like the mold is, you know, there's really no resemblance to these two, because there's like more detail in this one that I'm holding. So, and I'm not sure how old this one is. I just know that it's made in China. Okay, so we have another one here that's an elephant. Okay, and then I only have one other. I have a few elephants, but I only have one that is like a slight resemblance. Okay, so this is the one that's older that I have. That's the one that's from Dollar Tree. But as you can see, let's see if I can, I think that'd be better so you can kind of see it. Just how the legs are just basically the same mold. You see how the top two legs here are really close together, and then these legs are far apart. It's basically it's the same mold. I'm not sure how old this one from China is, but you can just kind of see how there's resemblance between like either different companies or just I don't know if they use the same molds, because I'm actually trying to get in contact with Imperial to see just generally how they use their molds, or where their molds come from. Now the hippo is quite interesting, because there are quite a few known like Hong Kong made hippos with the open mouth and poorly painted insides of the mouth. And so what I'll show you is, okay, so this one is from Dollar Tree, and again it's a hippo. Now this one is made in China, but this one, it sticks its head out. This one, how they have the head down. This one is where they have the head that sticks out and up, which is the general molding for the older ones. Okay, so I'm going to put the Dollar Tree one here in behind, and I'm going to show you another one that's made in China. How they have the head up and then open mouth. Now this one, you can see inside kind of that it's just not like it's pink on the inside, but there's like no real paint apps on the inside of the mouth except it just being pink. Okay, now this one is an older version because it's made in Hong Kong, so it's I don't know, would it be like 70s or early 80s maybe when they stopped, right before they stopped making stuff in Hong Kong. But as you can see there, this is a Hong Kong version, so it's a vintage molding. But if you can kind of see that inside of the mouth, and even on the top of the mouth, you can see red paint apps, and it's just like really crudely painted. And it's just, you might even see, let me say that again. You might even be able to see like some different kind of browns on the inside, and there's white to distinguish the teeth. But again, it's just that head up and open mouth. And even, and I'll show you, let me get it on the right side up there. The camera will focus, you can even see it says made in Hong Kong, just to distinguish that it is an older vintage molding. But you can see how this one is just generally not like those others, as Sesame Street would say. But so it's just quite interesting how, you know, some of these that are still being produced have similarities to older molds. Now I'm just going to randomly show you some stuff from my collection that would be considered vintage or old. So I have a I'm assuming this would be a donkey, but you can just see how it's just it's getting kind of close there, and actually let's get it so I can do a hard focus there. So you just kind of see, just even it has like a bumpy design, and it's kind of got like the little mouth painted on the inside. This one, I'm assuming this is another donkey. I don't know if it would be considered a baby horse, but it's just like really crudely made. You know, it's got like some of the plastic that still kind of hangs off, so like even just the molding is kind of crappy. And then as you can see there, it says made in China. And then some of the cooler stuff that is really old is, let me zoom out here, and I will move the camera up just slightly since I'm showing bigger animals. So these are just plastic now, not so much like a hard plastic. It's like a soft plastic, and it is a hollow body. So like I got a cow, and another hollow here is a pig that I have. Okay. And stuff, as far as stuff goes, that's hollow on the inside. There is a cow there. I have another little horse that's a hard plastic. Okay. I'm not gonna go through my entire collection just because there's so much. Now this one would be for like army type of like cowboys and Indians type of ones. But there's a horse, and I'll even show you the molding there. How it's not cut out properly. You can see how there's an outline around the head of still some loose plastic there. Okay. And here's another hollow one, but it's red. I'll show you a hollow on the inside. And here is an old chicken. That's hard plastic. Now just up close there. And then I'll show you just a few more. Here is a blue horse, maybe. I don't know if it's, I'm assuming it's supposed to be a horse. But just to do a hard focus right there so you can kind of see the little detailing of the skin. Alright, and then I'm assuming an armadillo, not an armadillo, maybe that is supposed to be a rhinoceros. I have an armadillo here that I was meant to pick up, but I picked up this instead. So it's like kind of a really crudely molded rhinoceros. Like even the head there is just kind of crudely molded. And then like even like those army type of figures that have the bases. So like I got animals on bases. So there's red chickens. And then here's another vintage cow. Okay. So it just kind of gives you an idea. I just have way too many old plastic animals to show you, which would be for like a more in-depth video. And then here is a vintage cow on a base, baby cow on a base. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. And you know, keep a lookout for like Dollar Tree, and like even Walmart has got like these Imperial molded plastic animals, which tend to be very cool. And even Toys R Us, which I'll show you here really quick. Toys R Us in their cheapy bin, which they have $1, $2, and $3 bins, and they got these awesome night play sets, which if you can see the castle here that I'm pointing to in the top left corner, it's a play set that they have for $3, and they just have this awesome little play set of gray and black knights. Okay, and I don't know how well that's gonna do a hard focus, but it just gives you an idea of what you can find still for like plastic figures. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Description below is all my friends in the Collectors Talk Trading Circle. Check out all their videos for their vintage toys. And again, just keep on collecting, keep on playing with those toys, and I'll see you next time.